Folks, I unironically spent the entirety of the break just catching my breath based off of how that last series went. And I'm really hoping to see more excitement like that coming into our next matchup. Alligator Saurus here alongside Money Magic. Money, it's your first time on the LOS Champ stream. How do you think the first series went?
The first series was it just went from one side of the court to the other, back and forth, and it ended up being just, I'll be honest, not what either of us expected. With the sweep was so there and so ready. All it needed was the push over the edge. It was teeter-tottering. And Big Bat Boys just said, this is ours, and won it all in Game 5. Like, I wasn't expecting it. And I'm still wondering how much of those tickets to join that bandwagon. I'm still wondering.
Well, when you've been around the block as long as I have, you just start hitching yourself to trailers, and you end up where you end up. I've been a Vikings fan for 25 years. It doesn't always work out well. But
man of commitment, no doubt.
It worked out well there. And Money, I would love to continue talking about how it had gone previously. It was great, but we do have another matchup coming up. Miyagi Dokang versus Omega Fury. Another matchup of 2-0 versus 2-0. To find out who's going to end up 2-1 at the end of it, 6-2 and 6-2 in the games. Money, I don't even know about predictions at this point, but by golly, I hope for another matchup like the one we just saw.
Oh, dude, if we get another matchup like we just saw, I don't think I can handle it. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. That was just pure excitement overload, and I am fired up, ready to go right now. I am here. The time is now. The crucible of competition is here upon us, and we're about to see it unravel.
Hopefully not unravel. I would love to see it, but I mean, it's totally true though, Magic. I mean, pressure is how you get diamonds, whether that means the gem or you just like drop 300 MMR in gameplay. I mean, sometimes that's how it goes, and we'll see how it all ends up. But like I mentioned, I mean, Miyagi Dokang, Omega Fury, both Fury, not furry. My apologies, but coming in 2-0, coming into the matchup, and they're coming in, and this is a very evenly matched up match coming into it. I mean, I'm taking a look at the stats now. I mean, both 6-2. We got 18 goals for Miyagi. We got 21 for Omega. And then on the flip side, only giving up 11 goals for Miyagi, 16 for Omega. A goal differential of 7 versus 5. I mean, this is close. This is coming down to the wire. And it's hard to predict coming into this. I mean, I just really want to see another 5-game series, especially after that last one. But I mean, it's threes. It's going to be a little bit different this time, and I'm excited to see how that shakes things up alongside with us going up a tier with this match too.
Oh, dude, we're not only, like you just mentioned, going up a tier and going to threes. Those extra 2 players, it's just going to be wall to wall, like the entire way, literally and figuratively in every aspect. Like, these games are typically fast paced. Even in lower lobbies, threes are it's just faster. But now talking in tier 4, like, this is going to be crazy. I don't think what kind of mechanics we're going to see today, if any. I don't know how these guys play, but we're going to see it. Like, I don't know if anything's off the table or not.
I mean, that's what I love about this range of Rocket League too. Because, I mean, like, myself, like many of the people who are in the chat and who are alongside, I mean, I watch plenty of the professional Rocket League. I mean, I cast a lot of the bubble scene. That's fun, but people pretty much always hit what they're supposed to hit, and they do what they're supposed to do most of the time, NA kickoffs notwithstanding. But when you get into these ranks, it's kind of like watching college sports compared to professional sports, because generally people have the right idea of what to do, but either the mechanics are really good, or it's either the mechanics or it's the game sense, flipping flop between one or the other, and just trying to figure out which one is going to come out on top and which one's going to end up being more consistent. It's going to be, I anticipate another fun one. That's all I'm going to get at. I think it's going to be interesting.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's always going to be fun. I mean, we're sitting here, we're kicking back, we're watching Rocket League, right? We're always going to have a good time. We're going to have fun. And, like, first and foremost, when you get into these leagues and whatnot, you're supposed to have fun. Now, whether or not, like I mentioned last game, it's all about perspective. It's how you view it and how you go about it. If they're going to have fun or if they're just purely here to win. We're going to see. We're going to see who wants it more in this game right here.
And we do have everyone in the lobby too, so we should figure out how it's going to go. And I mean, Squeesh, I see you in the chat saying Omega Fury is going to looking for that 3-0. We're gonna find out if, you know what, find out if anybody's right. We're gonna find out if Squeesh is right. Miyagi Do Gang versus Omega Fury, the battle of the unbeatens coming up. Ready for the kickoff money match? You killed it in the first series. Take it away for our second.
The Clash of the Titans is upon us as the kickoff goes live. OM and Peter on the kick in favor of Miami Do Gang. It's going high. It's a solo play. Narrowly saved. My oh my, the heat and fury is already on. This game one is on fire already, Gator.
And we did talk about it. It's threes. Things are going to shake up a little bit, and getting shots in the first 10 seconds, not too surprising, but on fire, Omega Fury looking to do just that. Swarming the offensive zone, trying to get these backboard reads, but not clicking. It's only been 30 seconds, my friend. We got plenty of time here. We'll see if the counterattack is dangerous from the Flarb Man, and it's going to be just that. One goal, one shot, and a 1-0 lead.
Only been 30 seconds, so 30 seconds is all they needed. The opening goal for Miyagi there, scored by Flarb Man. Absolutely insane. On the kick, once again, Surf and Peter, slightly in favor of Miyagi. Little bit of a misread. Peter collects the ball, though, keeping possession. Intercepted by OM. Shaggy in the corner. Little bit of awkwardness, pushed out by Surf. Flarb Man with the interception once again. Lots of contact happening in midfield. Peter, 50s again. It's high. It's above the blue half. Cleared to the side by Shaggy. OM, and a little bit of a pinch coming out, or a double commit, however you want to look at it. I'm sure they want to look at it as a pinch, but we'll look at it as either way, whichever way is funnier. OM on the clear, out to midfield. Shaggy looking to challenge the ball early. He gets the ball challenge early. Flarb Man is up in the air to slam that against the orange backboard. High again. It's awkward. They're trying to avoid disaster here. It's off on the left side. Flarb Man taking it back to the net. It's taken by Surf. High on the wall. Down. No boost in the tank. Everything and a dream in hand. It's taken from him at once.
Money, we're seeing a lot of back and forth across this pitch since that first goal got scored. 2 or 3 touches going in favor of either team. It's just getting the on-swing ones, the follow-up ones haven't been there. And we're seeing everybody scramble back and forth. I would love to see more of the possession game coming out of it and trying to get, maybe set up a shop on offense and start getting some of that sustained pressure. It's only been 2 minutes into the series, but with it being 3v3, it being the way these players are, I don't think you're going to just outright beat them on the mechanics, especially when you're pulling out saves like that and see if Shaggy can pull a rabbit out of the hat. But there's not going to be any mystery solved there, the defense just standing strong.
Absolutely. Defense is the old adage, the best offense is the best defense, but not in this case. Flarb Man getting them the second goal for Miyagi. Off the sidewall, touch over the last defender, and it sinks mid-net.
And sometimes that's just the way it goes at this point. I mean, we are starting to creep up into the ranks where there's absolutely still more room to grow. But we do get into the point now where it comes down to the series of 50-50s, the series of challenges, the series of individual actions, and Surf lagged tied. Maybe lagging behind 2 minutes and 28 because what a beautiful shot to throw it in, throw some twists, throw it down, and throw yourself onto the highlights, my guy.
Oh my, what a play that was. Lots of big aerial action. Again, Surf in there, goes for the flip reset, brings it to the ground. Chiz looking to bring it midfield. It's high and in the mid. Peter pushes it away. Surf in the defensive half, over the top, looks for the redirect, off the wall, doesn't quite get it. Shiz, can he make the magic? It goes just wide. Shaggy, bit of a pinch touch. Flarb Man is high in the air, intercepted by OM. Peter, out to the corner. Surf, decides to lead the ball for Shizo. Bit of a solo play cover by Shizo. Can he do it? Can he go all the way? It goes a little bit shy. Physicality hitting already from Surf. A bump onto Peter there. Mid possession shift. Shizo. Bit of a pop mid. OM is there to keep it from being too dangerous too quick. Surf leaves it for Shizo to push the ball once again. Shizo in the corner. Challenged immediately. Peter on the ball for the second time in such a short span. Absolute madman. Looking to keep their lead. OM. Big solo plays coming out from both teams when they're on this ball right now.
Omega Fury got a little bit lucky there. That all three were grouped so tight, you could have swatted all of them aside with one motion, but able to get back into position. Miyagi Dugang, I mean, they got a 1-goal lead with 67 seconds left. They've been playing well, they've been playing cleanly, and been playing more of a team than Omega Fury have. The individual mechanics, I mean, Omega Fury have been owning them, but money, this is 3v3. We got to see these team plays coming in. If we start seeing the series going where Omega Fury starts diming up their teammates for some of these mechanical plays, I think this gets blown open. But as it stands right now, Miyagi Do Gang, they're clicking together and they're taking advantage of the misclicks of the opposition.
My, oh my. Peter, the man with the answer and the third goal in the series thus far in game 1.
It gets credited to Peter. I mean, I really shy away from calling things own goals, but that was just unfortunate from the Omega side. I'm sorry.
Absolutely. Absolutely, it is unfortunate. Hey, the worst goal is the own goal, but it's all about perspective. Flartman, and from our perspective, that was an open net, if I'm not mistaken here. Shaggy off the corner, bounces mid, and Flartman puts it away with the opening goal for Omega Fury.
Yeah, I mean, money. It was one of the beginning goal styles that you learn when you start playing team-based Rocket League is you pass it around through the corner and set up in a teammate charging mid. You don't always see it scoring at this rank in terms of the MMR spread in this lobby, but it still works. There's a reason you learn it first, is because it tends to be effective. 4-1, 15 seconds left. If this game's done and dusted, we can put the tick up on the scoreboard at any time within the next 10 seconds or so. After the last series, it's really hard to predict how the series is going to go because it has been a really good matchup so far. But game 1, it has come down to Miyagi Do Gang 4-1 victory. They did it off the base of the teamwork, taking advantage of some hiccups, and they're going to show off that beautiful car in the beginning of it, and it's just going to go to them overall money. I mean, you saw the games, same game that I did. You saw the same game that everybody else saw. What do you think that Omega Fury have to do to bring it back in game 2?
Omega Fury has to shut down Miyagi early. They cannot let them get comfortable. They cannot let them dig their heels in because you can't unstick them once they start passing off each other and working. I mean, look, 4 goals, 3 assists on the Miyagi Do Gang side. I mean, the stats don't lie, right? There is a lot of teamwork happening right now. And the shot differential, 7-4, not the biggest difference, but it is a difference. But when you're combining the shot difference in your favor with the assists, it goes to show. The answer is shutting them down early.
Yeah, just cutting off those plays. Throwing a wrinkle, whether it's intercepting it, my personal favorite, demoing. It's a little easier to do in 3s compared to the other ones, but we were talking before the pre-show, before all of this. I mean, all 3 of us showed up with V1 cars in the main lobby, so I mean, you gotta love demos. But so you gotta see it coming in. But I mean, I do think Omega Fury have it. The mechanics are fantastic. I mean, there was a reason we were gushing over the goal from Surf Flag Tide. It's just getting that connection with the teammates, and I mean, shutting down Miyagi. They were clicking, they were finding their ways. We'll see if they can continue to find the connections, if it will be as smooth as it is in the rain-soaked Neo Tokyo Bob's Ramen, looking down, enjoying dinner as we enjoy game number 2 of this series, 1-0 in favor of Miyagi Do Gang.
10 seconds have already gone off the clock with an absolute fury of plays. A bit of a double commit coming out, saved by Flartman. Popped high in mid by OM. Was there quite to receive it. Playing the cards, hedging their bets for another opportunity. It's there, but it's shut down by Flartman. The absolute offensive pressure from Omega Fury in game 2. I dare say it, maybe they saw the connection. Maybe they've seen what they need to do and shutting it down, because this first 30 seconds was pretty brutal.
Just a lot of offense coming out, and it bounces out front. We saw 2 players go back into the defensive posturing, and when you're playing with randoms, when you're solo queuing, that is normally the right way to go. When you're playing with teams, communication got to be there, and Omega Fury taking advantage of it. But it is still early into the game. Would not be surprised to see Miyagi Do Gang score here early, because they're bringing on the heat, they're bringing on the pressure. They're going to have to regain here for another attempt up on the offensive end. And if I may interject in here, Flarbman, one of my favorite names I've ever seen in a broadcast, and it's one of my favorite things to hear of co-casters say. So shout out to you, shout out to that pass. Peter can't get it done because OM is saving it, and Shizo bringing it back the other way with the read, but Flarbman cutting it off.
Absolutely. Surf with the pinch off the ceiling, taken down by Peter. It's hitting in the mid, waiting for someone to touch it. Peter gets it again. It's high, it's mid, it's almost there. It's just missed by the offense. OM, ball, time, and boost. It's a pass mid, it's a shot. It goes just wide. My, this is absolutely turning into a complete just, wow. I don't even know what to call this. It's crazy. Physicality is there. The speed is here. The immediate challenges. Good
and
Lord.
everybody is jumping at it so quickly too. The players are trying to switch it to be a proactive game versus a reactive game, but all 6 are moving so fast that all they can do is be reactive and rely on that muscle memory and on that intuition on where things are going to go. And it's leading to these opportunities where the shots are going a little bit wide, the challenges are a little bit off, and it leads to more chaos as it goes. Sometimes it leads to a read from the corner, and it is going to lead to the 2-goal lead from Omega Fury. OM pop off under Peter, over Flarb, and off the far post.
Absolutely. Beautiful shot off the ceiling. Held his flip and fired it when ready. His target was captured, if you want to call it that. Flarbman looking to answer this immediately with a play to the backboard. Shizo is there to swat it down like a pesky fly. Shaggy pushing the ball into the corner. Peter taking the ball for himself to push it out. Intercepted by Surf. Another scoring opportunity is upon us. It is pushed away once again on the sidewall, coming back towards the midfield. Shut down. OM, a little bit of a mistouch, but it's fine. Surf is there to pick up the slack on the mistouch. Off the wall. Shizo. And he get the read off the wall. Narrow miss. It's high. Surface in the air. One touch. Is it the double? It's past to mid. Missed by the defenders on the backboard. Flarbman patiently waiting. The trapdoor spider has sprung out of his nest to grab that ball.
And I mean, money, this is totally flipped out to be so much offense coming out from Omega Fury. Another pass coming out from the corner. OM is going to get that first challenge, gets a second. Shaggy and Peter both in the near side. Flarb on the far, but not able to get in front. Again, it's been a flip up, and this is a little bit more balanced, I would say, compared to the earlier series, but I do like the speed that these players are coming out with, and the determination. They're not shying away from challenges either, even if it doesn't go the way that they want it to. But that's one of the more important things at a higher level Rocket League is having your teammates be predictable and not like shying away. If it's something that they normally go for, you want them to be consistent with it, even if it needs some inconsistency from the defense as well. The ball far down, bounce around, get a little bit of luck from Casper, the friendly post, and a little bit of help from Surf Like Tide as well. But Miyagi do gang find themselves on the board. Money, it's easier to come back from a 2-goal deficit than from 3. They got 95 seconds to do it.
Absolutely. Every goal that Omega Fury puts in the coffin right now makes it just harder and harder to climb out of. Ball is running to the corner. It's an absolute foot race from one opponent and a friendly, depending on who you are rooting for. Peter gets demoed by OM. The physicality is definitely showing itself a little bit here. Definitely trying to offset another demo. Shaggy on Shizo. They're looking to thin out the numbers. Take it from 3 to 2. Can they score? Flarbman with a narrow, almost a goal. It is swatted away by Omega Fury's defense. Surf flagged.
I've been demoing since 2016. I love seeing demos on the pitch. Like, I know some people complain about it, but look, it's a mechanic. It is one well put to use well when you can figure out how to get those rotations, and we are starting to see it here in the final minute of the game. We need to see a couple of goals coming up from Miyagi Dugang if they're looking to figure out a way to get the win in Game 2. But I mean, money, if my money's on the line, I'm guessing we're going to see an equal series. But Flarman says, hold up, Gator, Caster, curse it. We want to put you on lock because Shaggy diming him up past the defense and making it pretty interesting here at the back end of the game.
Absolutely. Shaggy, you can't say it wasn't you because it was clearly you that set up that shot there for Flarman. and it's a 1-goal deficit now with just under 30 seconds left. Neutral kickoff. Challenged by Surf Lag. Peter has to put Flard on the shot. Another hit. It's high. Going to the midfield. OM is up. Pushes it once. Touches it twice. Over the defender. Peter in the corner. Almost the last hope. Here it is. Last 10 seconds. It is do or die to equalize the series. Can they make it happen?
I love the pressure and I love the push, but the clock has struck zero. Time has run out, and so has the juice in the game. Omega Fury equalized the series after dropping game one 4-1, coming back to win 3-2 off the backs. My apologies. Off the backs of a lot more offense and a lot more aggressiveness, just more confidence overall, Money. And it's, I mean, I think you said it really well. They needed to shut down Miyagi Dugang, and I think they did just that here in Neo Tokyo. They're going to have to keep it going throughout the series, but a solid bounce back from this Orange Trio.
I mean, the shot count is almost even, right? I think the big difference here was the physicality in that sense, the shutting that down, that they've chosen the way to shut it down. They're not just bumping, they're removing players from the field, you know? And a bump can be your best friend or your worst enemy. It can remove a player, but it can also remove you from the equation also and lead to disaster. But I think they've got it figured out.
Am I hearing a prediction coming out for Money after 2 games? Is that what I'm hearing?
You know what? Sign me up. Buy me a ticket for Omega Fury. I think they're going to take it.
Oh, the question is
playing like that.
In how many games? That's the question.
Oh man, don't put me in that light. You know
Either
what?
4 or 5 games.
You know, I'm always hoping for a game 5 Gator. They're always the most exciting. So put me on the game 5 train. Demos already. And a goal already! 14 seconds! Good lady. Oh, good night. Send it home. Omega Fury is wanting to capitalize and push this series in their favor. The momentum is rolling, and they're pushing it faster and faster down the hill.
Another example, OM did so much to get that going. Got the demo, got the challenge, got the push past, and Shizo's the one that gets the goal on it. But look, it's a group effort. It's a group challenge. You're all getting graded the same at the end of the day. And right now, the offense is getting graded A. That defense, I'm gonna hold my breath for a little bit because you only won game 2 by 1, and the start of game 3 has not been super great. But here in Salty Shores, they still hold on to the 1-0 lead as they look to swing it back. So we'll see if it goes, but I do like it. I'm inclined to agree with you, Money. I do think that this goes 5. I'm going to reserve judgment because I'm the veteran caster and I'm going to pull that rank. And I do think it's going to go 5, but right now, I mean, Omega Fury, there are a lot of things going in their way. I am looking to see Miyagi Dugang pull it back together, start getting these connections, start finding gaps just like that, and bringing themselves back into this series.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. Cater is pulling rank in the casting booth, but one thing he can't call is the shots. And Miyagi Dugang equalizing with 3 minutes and 53 seconds left. Shaggy and Surf on the kick. Immediate possession by Omega Fury. It's just off. Threats of relief coming out from Miyagi Dugang, but not for long because it's high in the midfield again. OM, can you be there? It goes up high. Wardman to the corner. Surf challenges from the corner. He's on it again with another touch. OM taking his time in the corner. I can hear Shaggy right behind him though, and he's looking for blood. Shizo pressing the ball fast. Flardman over Shizo. OM on the ball once again. Flardman on the challenge. Doesn't quite connect. Peter with a hot shot from high. It just goes short. Flardman, touch to himself. Leaves it. Realizes it's not the ball he wants to go on. A little bit of a double commit coming out from Flardman and Shaggy. And it be punished. It doesn't look like it. Over 1. Peter over 2. Flardman back on the offense once again. And just as I say it, we are in the blue half.
Yeah, Money, not gonna lie, there's been a lot of really quick touches to it, but we really need to see more possession plays coming out. The first touch is fine, but it's not enough. You need the second, you need the third, you need that sustained pressure if you're looking to get something going, and we just haven't seen it. Well, we do see a shot coming in from Surf Lag, tied, but again, not gonna be there, tied up 1-1, approaching the halfway point of Game 3, and a Game 3 that very well could prove pivotal throughout this best of 5 series as I mean, game number 1, very much in favor of Miyagi Do Gang. Game number 2, Omega Fury by a hair, but still looking very strong. Game 3, we're back to that even tide and looking to try to find out who is going to figure it out, who is going to get these connections going, and honestly, who's going to settle down and not rush and not backflip in front of the net. I don't want to call out too terribly, but that was just a bit of an awkward situation. Both Shaggy and Peter rotating near side and watching it go over the top.
Well, Gator, we've all been platinum at one point in our lives, and the plat flip is ingrained deeply in our blood. And sometimes it rears its head when we don't want it to. And it resulted in another goal for Omega Fury. But Miyagi Do Gang does not appear to be too bothered by this. They're immediately back on the ball, on the pressure, looking to create opportunities for themselves. It's a pass, goes off the backboard, intercepted by Surf. It's one touch, second touch. A demo coming out onto Peter, absolutely trying to clear the space for the Omega Fury to get the offensive ball rolling. But
they need to get it going a little bit too. I mean, honestly, Money, it's looking a little bit stilted out there. Another demo from OM onto Shaggy. We really need to see Miyagi Do Gang do a little bit better on the offensive end. I mean, Flowerman had an opportunity, but off to the side. They need to start pushing. They need to kind of regain. You're not wrong when you say the plat flip coming into it. It's so close, and it's so hard to like judge people having played competitive myself. But you are starting to see the cracks playing into it. 69 seconds left, and Omega Fury holding onto the lead, looking onto a series lead, but the ball bouncing around in front of that orange net. Miyagi Do Gang looking to try to find that equalizer. Flowerman back wall, Peter backflipped again, but Shaggy will try to wrap it out of the corner. They got less than a minute, Money. I'll see if they can do it, lest Omega Fury go up 2-1.
The minute to win it crossover has come to Rocket League, and it's all on Miyagi to make it happen. Can they do it? Challenge is coming out early. It's a free ball. Flowerman on the corner. It's passing mid. Peter on the shot. It connects. Absolutely connect 4. Put it in. 4 total goals on the board. Funny how that works out.
I'm not gonna lie, Money. I wish I had the vantage point that I do right now as caster when I was a player, because seeing that play develop was so nice. I mean, oddly satisfying in all of its essence to get us back to an equalizer. 30 seconds left, 2-2, 1-1 in the series as well here in Salty Shores. We're gonna find out who's gonna put themselves onto series point. So far, we're looking to see a lot more offense. Flowerman gets demoed, but Shaggy there to hoist the petard to try to bring it back up. Peter soft touch, Shizo off to the side. Shaggy not willing to get rid of the argument just quite yet. Going to 5 seconds left. We're going to see if anything happens here in regulation. Peter challenges, looking to wrap it around, looking for the Shaggy touch, and Shaggy drops Miyagi Do Gangs, pulling victory from the jaws of defeat and pulling away with a win in game number 3.
Gator, I cannot hide my excitement. That was brutal. Absolutely brutal of a goal on the 0-second timer of all things. Good my, that I may have gotten a little too excited, man. That was awesome.
And coming in right at the end, I really like it. I mean, I love seeing the challenge, and one of the things I love about seeing a Rocket League across like all these different levels is seeing how well they can keep the ball up at 0 seconds. And we're seeing it there, and we're seeing it push, and we're seeing it find out if they're going to be able to figure it out. And Miyagi Do Gang do just that. Great offensive pressure there right at the end of the game to get that win, to get it out. So we do have, and I apologize for a little bit of a stuttering. We had some conversations going on in game. We are going to do a server remake, and we're going to get it going. There was a couple of potential lag spikes. It is one of the things we're doing with an online broadcast, online gaming. Everybody's scattered across from wherever, so these things do happen. I mean, my camera, pooped out earlier from a storm, so we're going to get a server remake. But Money, while we're waiting for that to happen, I mean, we're going into game number 4, 2-1 lead for Miyagi Do Gang. You called Omega Fury in 5. Do you think they take game 4?
Oh my lord! After seeing that, dude, I'm still hooked on the amount of physicality. I love demos. They are great. Woody is an absolute favorite of mine for that. You know, so
That's one of my flexes that he and I were mutuals on Twitters before he blew up on attendance. So,
hey, I don't know. I'm a little shaken in my prediction on Game 5, but I don't. I'm sticking to my guns. You know what? You're not going to pressure me into this. You don't call my shots. So, Game 5 it is for Omega Fury.
All right, he still says it. So we're going into Forbidden Temple. We're getting everybody back into the lobby. I still hold by my stance that I think we're going into game number 5. I do anticipate a bounce back from Omega. It has been so close, and it's just been these little things. And while some of the gameplay maybe not up to par for the rank, we have seen what happens at higher rank Rocket League is that when everybody kind of gets to the head like that, the smallest mistakes relative to the competition end up leading to goals. And I mean, honestly, that is really what we saw in game number 3. I'm not going to say the 0-second goal is a mistake. I think that was just fantastic offense by Miyagi Dugang. But throughout the game, it did come from the hiccups. A missed rotation, a missed touch relative to how the game had been going is what has been leading to the goals. We do have everyone in, so I don't have to vamp anymore. We got this game number 4 underway. Forbidden Temple. Will the series end here, or will we go to Champions Field yet again? Sir Flag Tide says, I'm going to set it up because I want another shot. But the defense says no.
Absolutely. A very early challenge there to get the goal early. Each team is looking to be the first. It feels good to be the first, and it feels good to win. And that is exactly what Miyagi Dugang intends to do here tonight. Omega Fury just as eager to tie this series up and go 2-2 and get a game 5. And here it is. Challenges off the wall. OM high in the air. Good Lord. Just beats out a Miyagi Dugang defender in that case. It's an open net. Can Shizo finish it? He takes his time and puts it in. No missed touches today. They can't afford it.
Yeah. And both past Peter and Shaggy and Shizo following it up. And we've talked about before, I mean, cleanup crew is a legit thing. So working out there, and Shaggy joking in the in-game chat saying lag, LOLJK. So I like a little bit of self-deprecation coming out. But it does lead to the early lead for Omega Fury in the first minute. Plenty of time to go here. We're going to find out if more goals are going to come the way of Miyagi Dugang. And right now, that passing play from Shaggy to Peter, it is crisp and exactly what you want to see coming out from them.
Absolutely. The passing plays, we talked about it in threes. They are absolutely deadly. And a massive hitter, almost 100 kph on the ball, rolling of all things. Like 100 kph, that is a fire of a shot. Very hard to read, very hard to defend. Nevertheless, coming from a pass, it makes it even harder. A little bit of a pass out mid. It's intercepted. Shot on net. Shaggy has that. He's confident. He's demoed. Shizo, another play into the corner. Peter is looking to shut down the opportunity. Florida man passes it high and mid to OM, who intercepts it. Shaggy on the ball. Pass 1. 50 by the second. Surf in the air. It's high. He's looking to take it home. Another demo on the field as the ball goes off the crossbar. Shaggy on the clear. OM. Surf. A little bit of a touch for himself. Shizo's looking to draw blood. Can he get the double? It just misses. Surf! It's high above the field again. They're looking. Omega needs one touch to put that in the net as it gets a little bit further away from victory for them as it goes back into Miyagi Dugang's half.
Miyagi Dugang, they kind of take advantage of this offensive push. This is going to be a freebie. Flowerman, Shaggy, both there. Om is as well. We're going to see if they can get something set up and try to push it, because Miyagi Dugang, they're holding on to the series lead. When they've been getting it on offense, it's been good. It has been a little bit fewer and farther between, but the passing plays have been immaculate so far. They're just going to need to connect a little bit more throughout the back half of this game, as we're still 1-1 approaching halftime. And Money, again, we're getting very similarly to some of these the stretches of games that we've seen where it's been a little bit back and forth, and there's been a couple of misses, interesting angles on it. I don't know if it's just the nerves, the challenges, or what, but every single mistake is getting challenged at this point. Omega Fury, exactly at the halfway point, are going to take the lead.
I mean, the heat is on high. Someone is bound to crack a little bit. What's important is how you recover from it. You cannot let that rest in the back of your head for too long, or it could lead to more. So, That being said, let's hope these people are all trained in the architect field. It goes high. A little bit, the geometry doesn't quite work in Surf's favor there. Peter gets bumped by his own teammate. Not exactly what you want to see. Flowerman, 50's over one. It's awkward. Surf is looking to take it to the side. Narrowly saves it from absolute disaster. Bit of a push to the side from OM. Peter, up the wall, off the wall. It's a pass mid. No one's there to receive it. OM tries to pinch on the wall. Takes the ball for himself. Passing to the midfield. Lots of like trying to be the mechanical type of play and whatnot. I think personally the teams need to. Oh man, you know what? Put a pin in it. I will shut up because it's an Omega Fury goal, leading it now 2+.
Yeah, no, I'm flipping through so many different perspectives on that. Like, I was so certain that Shizo got a touch on it, and I saw Surf Flag Tide pop up. And I thought he had a ghost touch. Thought he had a redirect, but Surf Flag just lobbing it up, and Shizo is going to send up the fake. We'll call it a tactical fake, a tactical whiffer, as the in-game tag calls it. But it worked out so well. They got the 2-goal lead with 90 seconds left, and we're itching closer to that Game 5 appearance. But Flarman, the power OM denies. Miyagi Dugangs are getting back up on offense, but the demo's going to come out, and it's going to shift right back momentum-wise. Surf Flag Tide is going to have more or less a free run at it coming out from that mid-right side. We'll take another look at that, but it was just a straight run through and a 3-goal lead.
Call it what you will, seeking opportunity or having opportunity put at your feet. It doesn't matter in this case because they stretch their lead yet another goal. Surf and Peter on the kick. Pretty neutral. Shaggy on the first touch towards the backboard, intercepted by Surf. Peter in the air early to touch that ball. Floored man, bit of a miss. Shaggy's pushed up too close. It's in! Jizo! Absolutely. The opportunity was found, met, and put away.
Just blowing open the doors, and at this point, I mean, it's late enough in the game, down by 3. I don't necessarily begrudge Miyagi Dugangs for full sending on offense, because at some point you got to pull the goalie, but you also risk having an open net. We just saw that right there. Now down by 4 with a minute left. Wilder things have occurred. I've seen it happen. But right now, very, very much looking like we're heading into a Game 5 to find out who's coming away still undefeated so far this season.
Fire is hot and it is raging. Omega Fury is looking to take this to Game 5. It has all but sealed the deal, but wilder things have happened in Rocket League. And wilder things it is Flabman, Flarbman, coming in, off the pass, backboard, seals the deal, put a stamp on it, it'll ship.
And they're fighting back. They're not laying down. You don't anticipate anybody laying down at this point, so not too unsurprising. 31 seconds left. I would love to be shocked here by Miyagi Dugang. I would love to be part of something historic and iconic, but right now it is very much shifting the way of Omega Fury. Shaggy can't get there in time. Money, it looks closer and closer to game number 5. We're seeing it open up. We're seeing something happening in the midfield. I don't know if the players just kind of implicitly agreed to take time off and kill the clock until Peter says, hey, we're going to bring it back within 2. We're going to bring it back to 5 seconds left. We're going to bring in Raids or Cake's crew with the raid, who was also chatting in chat before he raided, so I'm going to call that rigged. But coming into ostensibly a game 5 unless something miraculous happens in the final 5 seconds.
Hey, they don't call me magic for nothing. I predicted the Game 5, and Game 5 it is about to become, as it is 0 on the clock. 2-goal deficit in favor of Omega Fury. Man, what a series.
This has been fun. Oh, I mean, 2 games that have gone to 1 goal each. I mean, again, so folks who are just joining us from Cake's chat, and again, thank you, Cake, for the raid. Much love to the homie. Miyagi Dugang and Omega Fury, they're both coming in 2-0 in this series. They're 6-2 in games played. 4-1 game 1 in favor of Miyagi. 2-3 game 2 for Omega Fury. 3-2 game number 3 for Miyagi at a 0-second goal. I know a 3-5 win for Omega Fury. Even 2-5, they got 1 goal at the end. 1 goal at the end, just kind of throw away. This is a very even match coming into game number 5. It is so hard to predict, and it's one of those things where earlier, I mean, Money, you called out saying that Omega, they have to cut off Miyagi Do Fury. They have to find a way to slow them down, and they've done that so far. But Miyagi Do Gang, they have still found ways to win. They've found ways to overcome, and there's no better way to figure out what mentality is going to win other than Champions Field.
Champions Field is undoubtedly where everything gets settled. There is nothing past this, ladies and gentlemen. It will end here. Miyagi Do Gang, Omega Fury, both looking to take the series and remain undefeated. Demos early from Shaggy onto OM. The fire is raging, ripping, and roaring as we are going into very early of Game 5. Floorman, big play through the air, stopped by Surf. It bounces back towards the mid. Shizo, bit of a mistouch. Shaggy almost gets a shot. Intercepted once again. Peter towards the corner. Bit of a bumps coming on to one of the last defenders of Omega. It's put to the side by Shizo before it gets exactly too dangerous, and too dangerous this one might be, as it's off the backboard narrowly by OM. Whew. Good lord.
I mean, what a start to the game. I mean, it's full sprint. It's one of those things where game number 5s, in my experience, have been so similar to an overtime start. You don't want to overcommit. You don't want to do too much, potentially show your hand and get counterattacked. This has not been that way. It's been a free-for-all. It's been a brawl. It's been a tumble, a rumble, and find out what is going to end up falling. And Peter is going to say, you know what, I don't care about that other stuff. I'm going to go ahead and take this entire pitch, and I'm going to get the first goal on the board.
Wow. A goal's a goal. The entire pitch or just on the goal line, it's exactly what Miyagi Do Gang needs. They need to stop this momentum that Omega Fury has been feeding on and absolutely enjoying. They love the idea of putting Miyagi on their back foot, and Miyagi is looking to put that foot back forward and take the series. Shizo putting it towards the middle of the field. Not exactly what he wants a little bit. OM. No boost in the tank. It's in the orange half. Shizo, last man back, gets a big touch to himself once again. Not exactly what he wants for the follow-up. Surf taking it field to field side to field side. OM. 50. 50s once again. Pretty neutral. It's going across to the midfield right now. Shizo is once again on the ball. Demos coming out from Shizo onto Peter. It's high. It's there. It's almost a goal, but it is stopped narrowly by Flarban on the Miyagi's defense.
The aggression is coming out from Omega Fury. The defense has been a little bit tight. I would like to see them spread out a little bit more in terms of being able to get a better angle of attack on the ball. But the offense, it's been good. They just haven't had that many opportunities at it as we're getting to the halfway point. Zoem is going to go ahead and say 3v1. I got you. Peter says, look, I'm trying to be the start of the game, and gets it past him on the way. And Money, a lot fewer goals being scored here so far, but you can just tell that the players are just not overcommitting. They're trying to play it clean. They don't want to give up anything too easy, and that's why we're looking at a 1-0 scoreline half of the game played.
Absolutely. Both teams have tightened their grip on the flagpole, as it seems. Neither of them wanting to slip, because if you slip, you will fall. And almost fell there. A shot narrowly denied. Absolute wild shots being taken by both teams in this field right now, looking for something to get through. Neither the defense is budging very much as Flardman waits patiently on the sidewall for Shizo's touch. Shizo gets a little bit of a touch, not what he wants out of it. Shaggy looks for the pass, intercepted by OM. Flardman puts it mid. Shaggy puts it up high. Surf, touch to himself. Peter, off the backboard, misses the double. It's a shot from Shaggy. It's denied by Surf. Flardman, out, overdone by Shizo. Surf, it's past mid. Could it be a goal? It's not quite. Peter's there to save the day. Call him Spider-Man. He's there for it all. As Surf is looking to be the challenge here. Flardman over Surf, off the backboard. Can it be saved? It's not quite.
Hey, everybody gets one, and so far we've only been getting one goal. It's been close, it's creeping up, but again, the next couple of touches have been so indicative of what's been happening, and they just have not gotten back. They just kind of need to push. I think they just need to start committing a little bit more, and I know it's terrifying. I know it's scary, point blank, when you're down, and you don't want to give up anything too early, but Omega Fury, they gotta start pushing. They gotta put a little bit back. They got 60 seconds left to try to get the win here in game number 5. They're gonna lob it up towards net. Maybe Ohm can get something going. Back wall double touch, no. Surf leg tied, dropping it back into play. but he can't get it there. This might be it for Shizo. Shaggy, back wall, awkward. Oh, maybe. No, this is going to the back wall as well. And Money, we're starting to see the assault on the back wall. They're peppering it, but they cannot find the meal at the end of the night.
Peppering that meal as it is. It's not quite done. Surf is looking to cook up his own meal at this point. Narrowly stopped. It's another touch by Shizo. Absolutely. Both teams are cooking, right? But they need to cook a little bit more.
Oh,
speaking of cooking.
Is that going to be it? Money, is that going to be the dagger? 18 seconds left. We haven't seen Omega Fury be able to score this game. Is that the dagger? Is that it? Is it going to be it? 18 seconds left. I mean, probably going to call it for Mighty Do Gang. And they really need it the way that this game is going, but maybe with the bridles off, this is going to be what Omega Fury need. Might doubt it the way that the ensuing 10 seconds have gone, because it looks like Miyagi Do Gangs have held off the attack of Omega Fury. Rage unable to come across with the win. A hard-fought match and a very well-played one indeed, but Miyagi Do Gangs coming away with the win and coming away 3-0 in terms of how this season has gone so far. Not easily done, but still a win is a win nonetheless.
Absolutely. And what a wonderful win it was. They started out pushing hard, got pushback, consolidated themselves, talked amongst each other, and came back to stop absolute defeat that was impending. Absolutely well done. Very, very much a different game that game was than the one prior. Like, both teams were very much afraid to really commit a lot into it because they didn't want to give up what they had. As Omega Fury didn't want to give up another goal in their deficit, and Miyagi didn't want to give them an equalizer at one point during this match. But sometimes you have to, like, you've got to commit a little bit, you've got to push a little bit, and push is what Miyagi Do Gang did in the end for this win.
And a win they did indeed, and they picked it up. They helped the fans figure it out. And one of the fan favorites, and one that I can attest, I can show the screenshots. We asked for him in the booth as well. A lot of people are asking for him in chat. I point that way because that's where my chat is. Peter joining us in the booth. Congrats on the win. GG's.
Thanks,
you got a lot of fans in the chat right now. You got to show them some love for a moment. You legitimately do. People have been chanting your name for the last 3 games.
It's not for positive reasons, dude. I had to pay them.
Check the PayPal receipts.
Yeah, man.
Hey, paid actors are true fans. It doesn't matter. They're here to support you tonight. And what a game this was. I called you Spider-Man at one point because you were able to get there and be there as the superhero that you needed at one point.
I appreciate it. That's awesome.
But congrats on the win again. We always want to give the flowers to everyone coming in, and especially in a Game 5 victory, it always starts coming into the nerves. I mean, it was a back and forth series over and over, but even you win a couple and then it ends up going to 5. There's always something just kind of itching at the back of the head. I mean, one of my go-to questions, and I'll use it again because I'm a cliche. I mean, what do the comms end up like? What is the team chemistry like? What brings you guys together to like overcome these such tight matches to be able to come away with a victory?
Yeah, so honestly, shout out to Shaggy. He's kind of the lockdown on the team, you know. Flowerman kind of starts screaming a lot whenever we get into some Game 5s, but Shaggy keeps us grounded, you know. He's kind of the leader of the team, real Pac-Man. So, you know, he's kind of our guy. He's kind of our guy, you know.
I like it. So, the passing plays.
Right.
I absolutely love them. The physicality, the demos. Is that like your guys' bread and butter? Do you guys love to send in all the passes and take defenders out of the equation, or is that just what you needed to do in this series?
I like to think it's something we do all the time, but honestly, that's really up to Shaggy as well. You know, on a good day, whenever the job's going good, you know, he comes home and he's really open to working with the team. Other days, not so much. He's kind of against it, not gonna lie. But today, you know, he was being a fan for the team, so I can't complain. It was pretty cool. We had some good ones. So.
No, I really liked it. There was I throw it in the chat. Someone said hydrate, and I tried to down 32 ounces of water at once. I got through. You can check the bottle. I got 28 ounces down.
Let's
so.
go.
No, that was legitimately. It was a really good game. I love to see these plays coming out. I mean, people in the chat again, they're calling you out. They're saying your name. I love to hear that you're calling out your teammates as well. It's so indicative of good team strategy and being able to play it out. And I mean, look, you guys are 3-0. You had only dropped what 2 games coming into the night, and then getting forced into 5. I mean, it's huge. Like how long are you guys playing together? I mean, is there a lot of scrims, replay reviews? I mean, like, what's the vibe for y'all?
Well, we've been playing since the dawn of time, but I gotta be honest, I don't think any of us are out there watching scrims or anything. We're kind of washed up oldies now, just kind of enjoying the game. But
look, dude, I'm pushing 30. I feel you.
I'm 30 as I sit here. Don't talk about being old.
Let's go.
A bunch of old heads in the chat.
Yeah. But, we really don't focus up too much on it. We're kind of just late night heroes, just having a good time. Maybe having a few brewskis as we go, and just enjoying the ride. So
there's some stuff I keep out of camera frame during these podcasts.
Yeah, in the Discord.
Hey, why do you think my camera's not active? No, I'm just kidding. I don't have one. I'm just kidding. Cookies, I didn't lie to you. Don't fire me. Oh, okay.
No.
They can't. No. Cookies just ripped into money in the. But you can't hear Cookies. So.
Oh man.
Hey man, but I got the magic. It's fine.
There we go.
But to bringing it on track, I got to throw it out there. I mean, again, a huge congrats. I love to hear the vibes. It sounds like everything is going really well. You've already shouted out your teammate. You got a little bit of time here. Shout out anybody you want. The floor is yours.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Revel in the victory.
Yeah. I think I'm assuming we got Kroos in the chat and a few other of the boys. So shout out to them for being absolute troopers. And I don't know, man. I shout out the other team. They were some absolute lads the whole time, and we just had a good time. Thank y'all for doing this. We really appreciate it. This has been great. So.
Yeah, no, thank you for coming on. I love being able to be part of leagues like this. I've been doing it for years. It's been a blast. So
yeah,
again,
man. We have been too, and it's always so fun. So.
Yeah, love to hear it. Flartman in the chat. I'm gonna call him out right now with the Star Set hat. I've been wearing this hat for literally years on stream. You were the first person to recognize it. So, Flartman, I am taking airtime from Peter to call you out and thank you for that. It has been good. I love it. So, not to cut you off, but again, Peter, continue on with it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Appreciate it.
I'm sorry, that caught me so off guard. Okay, but no, much love again. Congrats, and congrats on the win, my friend.
Awesome. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Alrighty, well, that is the last matchup for us tonight. Love to have the good bants and the laughs coming in at the end. We are going to throw a raid over to Red Falcon SS, a longtime friend of myself and Cookies. Before we get the raid going, Money Magic, it was your first time on the LOS Champs. You got a couple of seconds. Throw your own name out there. Let us know how you're feeling.
Hey guys, this has been Money Magic. I'm here, and if y'all give my man a shout, give my man a follow, give Cookie some love. He's back here making all this happen. Cake, I see you in the chat. Thanks for the opportunity, and you as well, Gator, to put me on this right now. Give my man Cake a follow. Give him a look.
It's always a good time here at LOS Champs. And again, shouting out Cookies, pressing buttons behind the scenes. We are going to throw it out. Give Red Falcons some love. Another man that I've known for years, and another man that deserves your cheers. Best of luck, everybody, for through the rest of the weekend. This is Alligator Source signing off for Money Magic and Cookies. Take it easy, everybody.